Okay. How in the world do we do a show after that? I just had a major coughing attack. If you see sweat in my eyes are red, I can't drink coffee with milk before a show anymore in the morning. I don't know if is that lactose intolerant? Is that what that is?
I think it's just maybe a little allergic thing. Or
I don't know. I can't. This is unbelievable.
I've had ice cream with you. This doesn't happen.
We started this a half hour ago, the show, and we just were able to go live because I had a major attack here. But you don't need to know my problems. Welcome. Let's do this again.
That was good. I like it.
Okay. Welcome to Inside the Market. My name is David Jacobson. I am here with Jim Barry, and we're on. We're ready to go. Thank you for being here with us. This has been a roller coaster of a ride with the valuations of cars, with the values of cars, and we are trying to stay right on it for you, going through some of the auction results, maybe talk a little bit about what the cars, why they sold for what they did, what to look for in the future, and just whatever we can do to try to help navigate through these crazy times, Jim.
Yeah. Exactly. It's unbelievable, and we'll see if it sustains, if it adjusts, but certainly we know there's going to be, more product available, in less than a year, maybe 6 months, right? So we'll see what that does to this. I mean, Porsche does historically raise the prices on the newer cars, so it may help some of these like 991s and 991.2s that you see an influx of pricing on.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll help them stay up, but I still think they're at a real high. Yeah, I mean it should come down eventually.
So the big question that before we jump into these cars, the big question that people have that ask, and I ask myself the same question. It's two things. Two questions. Number one is, do I sell my car now? Is it the time? Do I have to get rid of it?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And number two is should I wait or should I buy? And So the first question is, do I sell right now? The answer is obviously yes. If you're going to keep your car and you're going to hold on to it and it's part of your life and you're going to give it to your kids, hold on to it, obviously. But if you're even thinking of selling your car, now is the time.
Right. And we also talked about some cars are not affected by this at all. And that's mainly like some mega high end stuff. You know what I mean? Like we see like certain Ferraris.
Yes.
They're not like, you don't see a Lamborghini Aventador selling, for more than it did 6 months ago. I mean, it's just stuff like that sitting,
It's not.
Right.
It's not. It's more of I'm not going to say pedestrian cars because none of these are. They're very special. But when you look at cars like anywhere from really SCs all the way up to the 991s.
Yeah.
They're all up right now, but
and
not
992s.
And the 992.
Yeah, you got to pay over a sticker to get a used 992 right now, which is pretty crazy.
Which is pretty crazy for a standard Carrera. But on the opposite side of that, it's do you wait? The answer I have is no, because first of all, you don't know. Second of all, is if you're looking strictly for investment purposes, you may want to think about it.
That's right.
But if you're doing this to enjoy and there's going to be ebbs and flows. There always will be. You catch the next wave. It's like I have cars that I bought 2 waves ago. You know what I mean? So it's good. Mm-hmm. Go out, enjoy, enjoy the hobby, enjoy your car, go and drive it and love it. And because, you live once. I hate to be a cliche, but you live once.
And what I always say to people is getting your money back or making on a car is just a nice bonus. But if you can't sustain a loss when you go to sell a car, then don't buy it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people freak out with that.
Yeah.
They buy a car, $100,000, they find that it's worth $80 a few years later. That's not terrible.
I know. We know a lot of people. Yeah. We know a lot of people that are collectors that are like that buy a car and they don't want to lose $500 on a car because it's against their beliefs. But in the reality, if you could drive a car and lose a few $1,000, it's a home run in the normal world.
Yeah, well, especially in our car dealer world, right? How many people have had buyer's remorse on a $40,000 car, and they come back in a few weeks and they find out it's worth $30,000. You lose $10,000
of course,
to drive a car for a few weeks. Like that's the real world. So
listen, I was in the normal car. I was in the car business. You remember I was a dealer years ago, and people would drive a car out of the showroom and lose 60% of 40% of their value the next day.
Yeah.
That's the world I came from.
That's right.
So I tell people, are you kidding me? A guy buys a car 3 months later, he wants to make $10,000 on it. It's like, come on.
Or even they're worried about losing $1,000 on a $200,000 car.
Enjoy, people. Enjoy. Anyway.
Don't drive yourself crazy. So let's dive in.
Let's dive right in. Okay, so we have over here, we've talked about this car before, and bear with me, I'm still trying to get over this major coughing attack. We have a beautiful one of our really good sellers who brings beautiful stuff to us. Is just sold this 8,000 mile Carrera GTS. What's beautiful about these cars? Look. You have a gorgeous automobile here. Number one. Number two is there was 60 made. This is a 8,000 mile example of a very, very rare club coupe. It's a stick. It's one of 60 of this model.
Right.
One of 20 manual transmission cars, and it's a GTS. So right off the bat, it's a cool car with the power and some of the options that the GTS gives you, which Jim you can go over. But look at this car.
Yeah. Well, this is like a flashy version of the anniversary edition, right? Because it has the same wheels, these are probably my favorite wheels on a 991, and putting aside GT3 wheels. But the 50th anniversary, you have to be a Porsche aficionado to know that car is special. You know what I mean? Because you have the slate gray, the black, and that geyser gray. This is obviously the specialness of that car, but it's attracting a lot of attention with this color.
Yeah, gorgeous. Yeah. First of all, shout out to the to this photographer. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, we were saying that. I don't like indoor shots. This guy knows how to do indoor shots. Yeah, I've never seen
this. May be the best indoor photos I've ever seen in any car. But okay, regardless, the car does 161,165 all in, 166 all in, and a very, very great price for this seller. And you know what? For the amount of these made and for the condition of this car and for the future of this type of automobile, I think a fine number to buy it at. And
especially with the manual. Because when these were around, I remember they were getting close to 200 in the beginning, and as they started to cool off, they went into the mid-ones. So this is about right because remember, this is a collector car and 8,000 miles is low. But, if you do find one of these, don't be surprised if it has under 5,000 miles. You know what I mean? So I think that, the mileage, I'm not going to say hurt it, but I think it would have done a bigger number with less mileage.
Well, there's no doubt about it. You said something very important about this car, which I seem to continually forget when we look at this. This is a Porsche Club of America offering.
Right, so it's not a worldwide.
So this is not a worldwide car. It doesn't mean that somebody in Europe or Germany or someone's not going to appreciate this car. Some of them may be like, hey, wow, this is really rare from these states. Let's bring it over. But it does bring the market down a little bit.
Well, I guess that's why there's only 60. If they made 500 of them, then it would probably be even near this, right? But 60 cars, there's got to be more than 60 guys in the U.S. and Canada, right?
Imagine if this was a worldwide offering at 60 cars.
Right.
This car would be, the manual would be $800,000.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, anyway, this is an odd car, a spectacular automobile to own. Good.
Yeah, it's not the first one we had, and it's not the last one we have. There's, maybe another one coming on.
Yeah, bring them on. Anyway, next car here is a Singer we had just sold. Let me just apologize to those that are viewing who watch this auction. The auction goes up, and then what happens is the way our system works is if the car, the seller had a reserve that they wanted on the car and they held strong.
Right.
The buyer was very, very close, and for some reason, whatever, the time ran out, and the high bidder just missed it. And then the next morning, because he was in Europe.
Yeah.
So we couldn't put it together right off the bat, but it was quickly put together first thing in the next morning, and it was sold to the high bidder. So just so all of the people following know, but the system says location unknown. It's because if it doesn't have a city.
Well, if it doesn't have a zip code in there.
If it doesn't have
with the international. It could sometimes.
So if it doesn't have the zip code, it says unknown, and I don't like that. We corrected that, as a matter of fact, because of this, so people can really follow it and see, who it went to.
But it wasn't because sometimes in Deal Tank, I shouldn't say sometimes, often, it's somebody who missed the auction. Or it could be a guy like 5 bids down that gets the car. We never thought that when we started this, right? But that is a common situation. But in this situation, it happened to be the high bidder.
Yeah, the high bidder won it. And it's not always the case, but the people that are bidding get the first chance at this car, which is why you need to be in it to have a chance to win it. Yeah. And so the point is it'll at least show the if it's out of the U.S., it'll show the country instead of saying unknown.
Right.
But this particular car went to the high bidder, so there you have that. But listen, I was in love with this car, Jim. You know that.
Yeah.
Singers in general. When you look at the comments on this, take a look at the comments on the thread here. The people that love this car, that own Singers, and the passion and they don't care that they paid $800,000.
No.
They just, I mean, obviously you need to be you know, you need to have the means to buy a car like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's all relative. But to spend that money and just to love it and drive it, and people are putting miles on these cars, it's just, I love to see that. You know,
It just shows the following a Porsche 911 has, because, you know, this falls in the category to me of, like, you know, somebody who builds an obscene house or a yacht. You know what I mean? That you clearly are not going to get the money back. You know, I remember when I lived in Palm Beach, there was this yacht. I think the guy had like $300 million or something invested in the yacht. There were helicopters on it, Humvees.
Yeah.
It was great. And it's like, you know, go try to sell that and get your money back. But, you know, this is one of those things you just push a 911 to the limit and beyond the limit.
Yeah.
But then when you're done with it, there's 100 people that want to buy it for more money than you paid for it, which is amazing.
When you have looks, you have performance to go with it.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of people that want it.
Right.
That's where the formula of success comes in. Great execution.
And they deserve it, because, you know, most people who are building cars, they're doing it to turn a profit, which I'm sure they're doing. But these people,
so.
This is clearly, you know, there's a lot of passion here, you know, and they're getting rewarded for it.
Outstanding automobile.
They have
The
it.
Golf livery. The car sold for $1,055,000 all in.
Which is probably another record.
Which is, I think it's a world record on the car.
Public Singer sale. I mean, barring the Williams, those cars are a lot more money. But I'm saying of this, of the original type of Singer with the 4.0.
Yeah.
This would be the most expensive I've seen. So.
Absolutely. So congratulations. The buyer of this car, he's very excited.
Mm-hmm.
He has about...
Yeah, he has several Singers.
He has nobody knows who he is, so we can say it, but he has, this is his 6th Singer. You heard me right.
Yeah.
6. I think he has one scattered around the world, so he can drive them wherever he goes. But, wow. Yeah. Fantastic. All right, that's that. We also have another one that should be ending. It'll be over by the time this.
Right. So we'll see what that does. Yeah.
That's the Sundown.
Yeah, it's the Sundown Commission.
This was the Puerto Rico Commission. That's the Sundown Commission.
And that seller, great seller, very reasonable. So we'll see where that one goes. But that one, you know, is going to find a home.
It will find a home today. Actually, by the time you will have been a few days ago. But that car also is owned by Adam Levine. If you're a Maroon 5 fan or an Adam Levine fan, you know
fortunately,
you know who that is.
Of course, I know who it is. But unfortunately for me, I'm not one of those people that get starstruck.
No, well, you know what?
Because people will pay into the moon for stuff like that.
I don't know if it means anything on a car like this that he owned the car, but
I can't talk about it online. But my friend, and I'll tell you, I mentioned it to you like 2 years ago. My friend's getting something that was owned by an ultimate celebrity, and he's no longer alive. And when I'm allowed to talk about it, we'll talk about
McQueen?
it. I can't talk about it.
All right.
I could talk about it to you, but I can't say it.
All right, so are we ever going to be able to tell anybody?
Yeah, once he secures it, yeah. And it may even go on here once he secures it. It may, yeah.
Stay tuned.
This is a long shot on a long shot, but, you know, he's put years of work into this, so if he gets it, he deserves it.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'll stay tuned. So that's that. This is not a backup singer either. That's a singer.
Yep.
So here you go.
This is the comparison.
Next car
now.
is a 993, 97 Coupe.
Yeah.
No, okay, I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah,
you said
we have
comparison.
2 of these. Yeah.
So we have 2 cars right now. That Jim wanted to do this, which really shows the difference of the same car, same color outside, with a little bit of mileage difference.
Yeah, and obviously no 2 Porsches are exactly the same.
alike, but you can see actually how the prices change between 2 variations. So here you go. So this is a 97 993 Carrera Coupe, white with, this is the blue interior?
Yeah, and this is the Glacier White.
85,000 mile Glacier White, blue interior. This car had some paint work. It was upgraded with 18-inch turbo wheels. Mm-hmm. Again, nicely presented car. People, again, it's one of those color combinations. The people that like white with blue love white with blue. Yeah, so this car does 63,000, 66, I guess, 67 all in, and nicely presented car. Again, 85,000 miles, and it sells for that price.
Yeah, so bottom line, these are up. Yeah, these are up. We were seeing these in the 50s, you know, 2 years ago, a year ago. So there's a nice increase on these, and we seem to be selling enough of them here that this is like the norm.
Right, you know? Right. And color could make a big deal. This car changes colors; it could be worth 70, 75. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that, and then we go to
the next one.
The next car, which is a same year. I'm sorry.
No, it's a 95. So
I'm
this
sorry,
is this is
95.
pre. Some people
Very
like these
rare.
because it doesn't have the OBD2.
Yes,
Because
yes.
993s in New York are hard to get inspected. But so you have a little less horsepower, right? 12 less horsepower,
And
roughly.
right.
No Vario RAM, but this had less mileage, and you could go through, all the stuff on it. But cool options, different interior.
So this had 49,000 miles.
Right.
White cashmere interior, so it's had cashmere for this beautiful.
That's
right?
nice.
I mean, the white and blue is appealing. The white and cashmere is
Especially with the black dash.
very special. Oh, then, yeah, that's a must.
Yeah.
18-inch turbo wheels, but this car also had an interesting option. It had the rear wind wiper, which is some people really like when the cars have rear wipers.
And this is a different white. So 95, 96 had Grand Prix white, which is more yellow. It has like a little more of a yellow undertone.
Yeah. I may like this one.
This car is obviously a little more crisp,
Yeah. So
California.
this car has 40,000-ish less miles. It's doesn't have the Vario RAM. It's a 95, which it's a positive for some, and others like a little more power with the Vario RAM. And it is again a little bit more of a crisp car. The other one's more of a highline driver, and this one sells for
2.5.
2.5.
So like 86.5 all in.
So this car sells for $85,000 compared to $66,000, almost $20,000 difference.
$20,000 difference
40,000
for
miles.
35,000,
35,000 miles, and it's a 95 again without the Vario RAM. So,
and that's why we wanted to bring this up because it shows you. You know what I mean? So obviously, if this car had 15,000 miles, it would be over 100. You know what I mean? So it just shows you where to pay for 993 miles condition.
And by the way, Jim, there's look at this car. When you put this car next to the blue one, you could see the difference between these two cars.
Yes.
It's justified. $19,000 difference in price when you really dig in. Because a lot of people will see the other car and say, "Oh my goodness, it underachieved at $65,000, and no, it didn't.
No, the seller was
didn't.
happy. So.
The seller's happy, and he should be, because that car, the way it with the patina and the mileage and the condition and some paint work and blah blah blah, that's the car. You don't just take a blanket statement about all C4s.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Well, they say, I can't believe it only got this amount. That's not how it works. Every car has its own color personality, its own condition, facts, and translates into a value.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to look at everything when you do this and be smart. So, but that's a good idea, Jim, for doing that is kind of comparing those two cars so you can see why there's a difference of $20,000 between two cars.
Yeah, and it's not often we get two 993s in like the same color within a week or two
Within a
period.
week,
So
yeah.
it was a good thing to look at.
Yep. So here we go. Here is Barushki. This is a. Did we pick this car?
That was from last week.
That was from last week. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. And
that was last week too.
Okay, I'm.
There you go.
Okay, all right. Let me. Barushka.
Oh no, you did have this car.
Oh my goodness! Now I got rid of it. What was that?
Didn't we talk about this car last week?
All right, we'll forget it. We'll move on.
All right.
This is not. This is live TV. No, we'll skim past this.
Yeah.
All right. So here you go. You wanted to talk about this car. This is a 800-mile 2019
RS
991.2 GT3 RS with a YSAC.
Yeah.
And this particular car...
and I like the guards red. It's so funny how you go back...
I know.
It was why would you get guards red when you can get the green and the yellow? But every one of these cars is green, yellow, purple. So it's like now the guards red is rare to me.
Do you want to know something? It's incredible. If this was an SC, you'd be like, another guards red car, a Carrera, another guards red Carrera, a G-body.
Right.
Now you're looking at this, you go, wow, that looks great.
Well, with the wheels, the hood.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's like looking at a 993, RS, I know it's a crazy car, the 38964 RS. When you see him in speed yellow, you see him in white, and all of a sudden you see a guards red one. It's kind of like striking.
Yeah.
But okay, so as low as these cars sold, MSRPs as low as I'm sorry.
This is around the MSRP, right?
The MSRP now, but they went as low as we were talking earlier, 180 to 190 is what they actually settled down to at one point
over the last summer.
And now mileage like this, the cars are in the mid 200. What a Jim. That's a big difference, man.
It's a big difference. And we had trouble with that. When these cars trickle in, unfortunately we may have lost some sales because the sellers want these reserves and we're like looking at comps but now we're starting to see some comps here. But then, right after this, someone submitted one, they wanted this price, the car at 8,000 miles. We had to say no to it. We try to be fair to everybody. And, some people are just getting a little too ahead of themselves with the pricing on these. But this, I think, was about right because I've seen, a couple of these trade hands and, mid-twos for an 800-mile car, really nice spec. You know, the buyer did well here, and the seller didn't do too bad either. So this was what I consider a fair deal all around on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to put this up. Let's see if we can hear this baby. Does he take it for a ride? Come on, get behind the wheel.
It's too fast for the camera.
Too fast for the camera. But look at that. Beautiful. What a gorgeous automobile.
Yeah.
It really is. And God's Red shows this off really well. Really well. The gold wheels.
Oh,
excellent.
that makes it. If it had black wheels, I wouldn't even like it half as much.
I like black wheels, man, but
this is nice.
This work. You know why? This also is exactly the way our GT2 RS we have the color combo is really special. Beautiful. Anyway, so that's that. The car sells for $255,000 all in. In today's pricing, that's the deal.
Right.
That's the price of admission to get into a really, really low mileage, beautiful, brand new 2019 Barushka.
Yeah.
All right. Next one here is a 1995 Ferrari 355 Berlinetta. We had to put this car in here for you Porsche fans. You got to like this anyway. Come on, let's be honest. And it was worthy. It was worthy.
A lot of people got upset when they redesigned this car, right? The same way they did with the 993.
100%.
You know?
The Verde Silverstone metallic, the color is breathtaking. I can't even believe the amount of love that this car got for its color. The combination is classy. It's not typical, the red over tan or even the yellow over tan. You see a ton of those. And this color combination is elegant, classy, still sporty. The car was in fantastic condition, beautifully presented, right? See these photos?
Yeah, Sel did a nice job.
Yeah, beautiful photos. I always like the door closed. If you're taking photos, close your doors. Please close your doors. There's no reason to leave a door open because it does not show the interior the way it should be shown.
Thank God it didn't hurt this one because there wasn't like a light issue,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most people that do this, there's light issues and shadows. Yeah. So it did not hurt this, but if that door was closed.
That's a nice interior. For a 50,000-mile Ferrari, you would think the interior is worn to shreds already. You know what I mean? Because of the way they wear.
Yeah.
That car, that's why this car got so much attention. It just goes to show you put the right car up and it goes.
Yeah, and you can see the patina on it, which is nice, natural patina. It's not squished and.
But again, I've seen 10,000-mile cars don't look this good.
Yeah. It depends on the owner, the driver, and also, the way the car was where it was stored and so forth. But 52,000-mile, great color. Major engine out service in 2018. Big deal on these cars because that is an expensive.
Was a nice lesson here to be learned, right? No one drives their Ferraris. This guy put 50,000 miles on the car, and he still got a good resale value. So don't be afraid to drive the Ferrari.
Don't be afraid to drive the Ferrari, and also, look at the way it sits in the sun. You see the green comes out.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Let me just see if I can get any sound over here. Please drive the car. I got to get you. We'll get a driving video eventually here. A lot of walkarounds. But it shows the car. Anyway, beautiful car. Let me see if I can do this and that. And sold for $140,000 all in.
Yep.
That's a great number for this mileage and this car. But well-deserved, and the owner, there was a little bit of a brawl at the end trying to win this car, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it went on for a while. Yes, it did. And the owner is ecstatic with this car, the new owner. So congratulations to all involved with that one. Okay, now we have here. Jim wanted me to talk about this. Jim, why don't you take it away?
Well, some people ask me, about certain cars and why they're on the site, and there's always a method to the madness. You know what I mean? So there's actually two cars here, and they're on here because, one, they're repeat sellers or buyers, and they're Porsche guys, but these cars are very, very, they're hidden gems. They present a tremendous value because they were sold as pedestrian cars. They all got abused. They have 200,000 miles on them. They were hit 17 times. They don't run anymore. When you find a car like this, and this happened to be a spectacular deal. This was one of those deals where Carfax kind of got somebody a great buy. It had a odometer discrepancy on the Carfax, but in talking to the seller, and I actually got involved with this one, I believe this is a 17,000-mile car to the 10th degree. I don't think there's any doubt behind it. And look at what you got here. You know, it's a naturally aspirated 8-cylinder car, has the airmatic air suspension, tons of equipment.
And let me just tell people a few things here. 17,000-mile car, a 5.5-liter, 380 horsepower car.
And these are torquey and quick.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, performance-wise, to drive a four-door car like this, people know that surreal experience of having that much power in a four-door car. You get some type of sporty experience and a little thrill driving it, but yet you can put your family in it.
Yeah.
You go out to dinner. It has a beautiful look.
And here's the big surprise on this, right?
Yeah.
You put the air suspension aside, which is getting cheaper and cheaper to repair. The motor in this car, they go 200,000 miles. They're like a Toyota. People don't realize it. They think Mercedes, it's so expensive. So this car, and the new ones don't drive like this. You know what I mean? This car has a real sound to it. It has that nice heavy steering. I've driven the new ones. I like them, but there's a reason why I don't drive one, to work every day. I mean, I drive older cars because I miss this kind of feel. So these are just, to me, gems. And the car after it even more so.
$14,500.
It's a joke.
You could drive.
It's a joke.
You could drive a car that listed for about what?
These cars are anywhere from 60 to 80 grand.
60 to 80,000.
But in today's market, 100.
Yeah. This is over $100,000 car today's money for something like this. But you could drive a car like this for 15 grand. Come on. I mean, and by the way, not have like some kind of weird temperamental car that some other European cars may be a little more temperamental. These things are rock solid, more rock solid then than even than they are now.
Right.
These are proven motors. They were used in a lot of different variations and proven. So what a great value. That's why I know you love these.
Mercedes did a good job aging the technology, because when we had that 07 Beamer, that we loved to drive. Remember we had that Alpina?
Yeah.
But try changing the radio station, and that's what you're done with the car. You walk out of it. This car, you could still use the radio. You could still use the control. You could actually integrate Bluetooth into this car. They remember, Mercedes innovates. So these cars, a lot of them had air-conditioned seats, massaging seats, all these modern features that we're used to today that we think are, so revolutionary. They've been in these cars for 10 years.
So here's another one, different but the same.
Different league,
36,000-mile SL600. A couple of stats over here, and I'll pass it to you, Jim. Look at this. First of all, you know what I think about these. To me, when this car came out, what year was it?
03.
03. With this, to me, it was one of the greatest designs of any car ever made. The front, the back, the interior. This was a gorgeous automobile, and I know that many of you will not disagree. When this car came out, it was shattering how beautiful it was. Anyway, and it aged well. It aged well. When you pull up in yours, when you pull up in your SL, I take a double look every time. How beautiful the silhouette of that car is, the wheels, the way it sits, because I know how wonderful it drives as well. So what a fantastic automobile. 36,000 miles, $130,000 plus MSRP back in 05. V12, 500 plus horsepower, 600 pounds-feet of torque. And you could buy this car today. This car sold for 28 grand, so under 30,000.
And by the way, these are on the rise.
Under 30,000.
It became a joke. These were like 20,000 last year, and they're going to just keep going up because.
But that's the whole point. You could buy it right. That's it. You could buy it for an incredible value and pretty much drive it free for a few years.
Yeah. And people get scared of the repairs. And listen, if you have a competent German car specialist, they're not the worst cars to own. They're quirky, but I'd rather have this.
Are they quirky?
You deal with the air suspension, you deal with the hydraulics on the top, you deal with these things. They could be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 at a clip, but then they're good for 10, 15 years, and you're done.
Right.
But versus go buy a new one for $180 now, or actually $200, right? And take that massive depreciation. So what if you spend $2,000, $3,000 a year?
But here's the deal. I don't think that this is for a guy who's considering buying a new one. I think what this is for somebody that's considering buying a new, much less car. Like a guy who's buying a brand new one's going to buy the new one, but if you're going to buy yourself a $40,000 or $50,000 Nissan, or you're going to buy seriously, or
but this could be a whole podcast.
Listen, I'm not saying it's not for that guy. What I'm saying is that it's different segments. You have someone who can get into a $150,000 super luxury 12-cylinder supercar and spend 30 grand on it. You could step up big time into a different lifestyle car, or it's for a guy that just loves the older cars and appreciates them, who, like you would buy this car because of your appreciation.
Well, the thing is, when you buy a used car, you're usually taking a little bit of a sacrifice. You're taking a little bit of a haircut for, you're not getting a new one. But when you find them like this, like look at this car. This is like a brand new used car. That's what I like to call them.
It's incredible, yeah.
The thing is with these cars, and it's kind of like what you said about the 2011 GT3 4.0. This is the peak. You're not getting much more in a new. Like you always get the new one because it's the newest. What are you getting in the new one? A bigger nav screen? This is what they use in the Pagani, basically, in terms of the engine. They put this in the Pagani. It's a $3 million car. You could make this car 1,000 horsepower.
I don't know people
don't know that.
People don't know that.
I know.
This is why these podcasts are so important. If you really, care about knowing some of the caveats and what's out there is a Pagani used this motor, a $3 million Pagani, and you can get that performance. Yeah, 28,000.
Yeah, and then they have Rentec software upgrades for these cars. You can bump up to 700 horsepower with a software tune. So what I'm trying to say is, in a nutshell, these cars are so good. Unless you just want to have the new one, have the prestige of the new one, you're not getting much more in the new car. If you're buying this as like a weekend car, for one of your homes or something like that, it's not worth it. Even if you have the means to buy the new one. Because I know people that are doing this. I know people say, you know what? I'll go find a nice low mile. They're doing it with Porsches. They're doing it with they's because why? Why should I go they're tired of walking into the dealer, spend $200,000, and then 4 years later it's worth 80, and then it's worth this 8 another 4 years later.
No, I
listen, I'm in that category. What do I need one for? To drive at 300 miles a year?
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
I love an SL, and if I couldn't find a nice used one, I'd probably be crazy enough to go lease a new one or something.
Yeah, well,
because I love them.
That's why the manufacturers still sell new cars. There are people that just want that new car smell and just have to have the latest and greatest. And there's different people, and people that appreciate these, or people that want to step up who can't afford a new one. Blah 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 blah. But regardless, great value. But obviously a good selling price for the seller as well. Yeah. Win-win.
And this seller is pretty good. He's new, but he's quickly becoming like a kind of like a gold star seller. He has great stuff and good reputation with all the people he's sold with. But when these cars are sorted, they'll bring this kind of money. You do have to be careful with these. But when they're owned by somebody with an open checkbook, they're the best value in the world. Yeah,
and read thoroughly the listings on these cars because it will tell you a little bit about the service history. You can always message the sellers to get more details or ask questions on the threads. Yep. So do your due diligence, but also, enjoy. Yeah. Okay. Here's a car that's in Deal Tank. I just had to put this in here, okay? This is in Deal Tank right now. I love this car. Me too. It missed, I think it got to 127,000. The buy price is 149 by now. I'm sure I don't know if you make an offer on the car, but he has a lot of money into this thing. Supposedly, a lot of money into it, man. They didn't cut corners with this build, It is. It also has an LS3 motor in it, so it's got power, reliability. If you see the driving video on this thing, it's actually pretty cool. Let me see here. Sounds like a Corvette. Yep. Come on, that's a lot of fun, man. Especially in the Hamptons. I don't know, wherever you live, this car has a top, it has the side windows, but it's a lot of fun. Put the kids in the back or put your army troops in the back, whatever you want to do. But it is a really, really cool automobile. So it's in Deal Tank right now. I'd love to see this find a home because I want it, and I would like somebody to have it. And remember, we always say this. It's always nice when you don't have to go through the build process. This is done. I think it's a great color for this truck, and this car. Buy the car. Buy the car. The last one we sold was that sage green, and it did a similar number to this. So what the seller wants. So he's definitely reasonable. Yes, he is. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Present to you the Treposto Barwingo. This is a art piece, but you can drive this one. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the original reimagined 964. That's true. That's what it is. This is a 964 based car that was designed by these really cool designers in Canada. They are known. They built the Spectre, which is a well-known car which we auctioned a few weeks ago. And we talked about it on the last podcast. What's that? We talked about it on the last podcast, and we said that belongs in a museum. This is a driver's car. Yeah. This is a driver's car. Now, you ready for this? Check this out. You're talking about a center seat like F1 McLaren. That is a killer look. Look at this thing. This car is amazing. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Who doesn't want to drive
You got
this
to play the
thing?
video on this car.
It's a center seat 964 that has a killer look. This, Jim,
Yeah.
I like this, man.
I know.
I really like this
He has
one.
driving video on this one.
I'm going to put it on.
It sounds amazing, this car.
Wow. Look at this car, and it's in my color, silver, too. Hold on, look at this. Let's check this out.
Here we are with the W3 Triposto. This one was built with a windshield. It was consigned for a client that wanted a full windshield. It's the only one in the world with this windshield. This car was built in 2007 and has only 1,700 miles since the restoration and rebuild. It's based on a 911 model 964.
Pretty cool, huh? But please check this car out. This is you want to be different and have something cool. And again, based on a 964, so you know it's going to have a certain level of performance and reliability. And
you could service it.
And you could service. I just dig this. I dig this car. Let's see how that goes over the next few days. Okay, then we have over here. Everyone saw that that auction we had with
the white one
with the 996. It sold for
193 plus the just about 200.
Just shy of $200,000. It was a white car with 8,000. How many miles?
8,000 miles.
8,000 miles. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a 4,000-mile 996 GT3. Absolutely gorgeous automobile. Other than a few tiny little road-going marks on it, which you and I picked apart.
Look at that interior.
This car is unbelievable. Look at that interior.
I've never seen. You see that door handle? I've seen the door handle. I've seen the door, like the compartment door and so, but I've never seen the handle, like that you pull the pull. I've never seen that in paint on a 996. I've never seen that.
Yeah, this is just so. Look at this all around the surround.
That I've seen, but it's rare.
Yeah. It is like that. You mean?
Yeah. No. To see the part you pull to close the door.
Yes.
I've never seen that painted. That's got to be a whole custom piece. It's for a factory. It looks all factory.
Yeah, this car is like, talk about in the wrapper, beautiful. This is going to go to a special home. If you're first of all the first GT3, the performance, the visceral driving experience, the reliability of these cars, they're now becoming recognized for what they are. So they're still what would be considered a reasonable value. They used to be amazing values. Now they're good values, but they're going to change quickly. So get your ticket while they are somewhat available and reasonable.
Yeah, this is a hard car to find.
I know.
Like this. It's interesting because it's like you say, it is still a good value, even though people think the prices went up so much. Because think about it, you can get a new GT3 for $250,000. They're not making these anymore.
Spectacular, spectacular.
And I love the simplicity of this car.
For those of you that have never driven a 996 GT3, it's a surreal experience. It is so well balanced. It's
It's very analog.
It's very analog, but also yet the shifter it has a beautiful modern feel, but yes, it's still notchy where you could feel
This is the
gears.
perfect blend of the old and the new.
It really is.
The new one is very, very modern. The old one's this is perfect.
We said that about the 993 being such a great car because of the design, how modern it is, but yet it harkens back to what it is. It's an air-cooled car, so you get all that going on.
Yeah.
This is kind of just going over the fence. You can still see the other backyard, but you're in the new one. You have that. You can see everything. You can still feel that, the little bit of that air-cooled spirit in some of the mechanics of the car, mechanicals.
And they have great air conditioning.
But yet, cold air conditioning and the performance, just a spectacular automobile. So there you go. This car is live right now. 4,000 miles.
$92,000.
It's a 92, yeah. But this car is gonna obviously have without a doubt, gonna have some love because of what it is. Then you have over here 1969 912 3.0.
It's a hot rod.
It's a hot rod, man. Look at it. Look at that. Nice wheels.
Nicely done.
Nicely done. Take a quick look at this. Take a look at this car. This car is a 3-liter hot rod 912. Again,
He has driving video.
He has driving video.
We watched it yesterday.
Oh,
so we know that's there.
Yeah, check this out. Yes. I'm jealous of those roads. Oh my God. All right, enough. I'm jealous. I don't want to watch this anymore. It's making me sick. Yeah, we're jealous of all of you that are by the Malibu Canyons. I'm assuming that's where this is.
Mm-hmm.
Where is this seller? It looks. We've been on that road. We've driven it, and
yeah, LA.
LA. So it's probably what it is. What is it? Mulholland Drive. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong.
You know better than me.
Mulholland Drive. Yeah, we took some hot rods out there, and
it's nice to put a flat six in a 912 because think of it. Instead of you spend all that money to backdate an SC. You got a real thing here.
Yeah.
And now you can just do the motor and do everything else.
Yes,
It's nice.
And look at the motor on here. This is nice lightweight. Where are you? Where are you, motor? Forgive me. I don't mean to
It's all the way at the bottom. Remember, he has a lot of pictures. This guy.
Make all your eyes make you nauseous.
This guy did a photographic PPI here. This is
Where's the motor?
It's all the way down.
Holy motor. Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, check this out. It's on there now.
Yep.
And it'll be live when this goes live. And then over here we go. It's a 2002 996 Carrera 4S. Again, this car, 29,000 miles. It just had a IMS bearing replacement, correction, change.
And a clutch. Brand new.
It did?
Yes, brand new clutch.
How do you know that?
I read the ad. See, IMS bearing, new clutch, resurfaced flywheel. She's ready to go.
I read this wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So this actually has an IMS and a new clutch. 29,000 mile car.
And we don't need to keep saying how much we like the look of a 4S.
Oh, my God, yeah. I mean, look at this car. Look at this car. If this is not one of the prettiest 911s ever made, I don't know what is. It really is. Anyway, gorgeous.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Gorgeous automobile. Again, it's live now. And you have here a 3,000-mile 991.2 GT3 Touring. One of my favorite colors, GT Silver. What a great car. 3,000-mile car. It's up to 125,000. I'm sure this car is going to has a long way to go. But black wheels, I know we debate about that, but I love
These
the
are my
black
favorite
wheels.
on this.
These are the black wheels?
No, these are the graphite.
They're not black?
No, they're not. I like the way
Wait
they
a
hit
minute.
the
These are
GT
not
Silver.
black?
No, they're not. They're not. See?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. And it has the black door handles.
You know what? These do look nice. You're right.
It's a nice car. Listen,
Yeah.
we're really doing.
It's a nice
I
car.
think we're doing a good job getting Tourings out there for our users.
Yeah,
these
nice.
are hard cars to find, and we're getting them, and I hope we keep getting them. But here's another one.
Yeah.
So,
And I'll tell you something. We have a very special touring coming on
oh yeah.
that will probably be live by the time you watch this. It's a, can I say it right?
Yeah,
It's a Maritime Blue. Maritime Blue, it's a PTS, which is one of my favorite blues, Maritime. I'll pop one up real quick on an RS, a 964 RS. And Maritime Blue is one of my favorite all-time cars. We have a Ruby Stone, and to me, the only thing that trumps that is the
Maritime's
the Maritime.
amazing.
So we'll pop that up. But what a freaking gorgeous car that is!
So, and just so anyone, if anyone thinks, yes, they don't compete with each other, because this is the guy that wants to be under the radar. And the Maritime Blue.
You know
You're not
what?
under the radar in that car.
This is what my heart is. To me, silver is. First of all, look at the seats with the silver and the car.
The red belts.
And
The red belts are beautiful.
The red belt. This is perfect for the buyer who's looking for this type.
And it has
of
the seats we want.
Spec, and it has the seats we want.
Comfortable seats.
Yeah. Well, the other one has the racing sports seats, which is like once you're in them, there's nothing better.
But again,
than those.
with Maritime Blue, that's the way I want
you know
that.
what? You're right.
You know?
You're right. In fact, that car I think is maybe the highest optioned the highest option touring in existence.
Maybe. We can't say.
No.
There's probably some guy out there with
I said the
$600,000.
maybe.
Yeah.
I know if you have the highest one,
Yeah.
you're gonna. It's not mine's the highest, but you can't get much more. I think the car has $100,000 in options.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
The car's incredible. Anyway, take a look at it. You'll have this one, and you'll have the Maritime Blue one. Take your pick. All right.
There is a GT2 on This Is My Car that has an obscenely high MSRP. So there could be a touring out there like that.
Is
you
it
know?
what?
There's a GT2 RS on This Is My Car. I don't know if you saw that show.
Oh, that's $750,000 bill. That's
crazy.
That's crazy. Check out This Is My Car. Forgot to say that on the top of the show. This Is My Car is our show about people and their cars. There's the Urban Bamboo GT3 RS, which is Chromaflare, a special paint process from Porsche that's actually at the Porsche Museum. I'm sorry, the Porsche Experience Center in Atlanta right now. You can go check the car out there. That's how special it is. And go check it out. This Is My Car. In fact, I'll show you a 5-second clip. Here we go. Boom. Twin turbo, 700 horsepower.
I love the golf.
Oh, yeah.
Purple, you know, it still has that.
Yes.
I think the engineers, when putting this together, made a point to make it sound like some of the earlier, you know, gear and comes off RPM and climbs.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
really is,
So there you go. So that's the Chromaflare
Yeah.
Urban Bamboo GT2 RS. Okay. Really quickly here, let's finish up. If you like a Ferrari, this is a F12 TDF Extra Campagnario. How's that? I know. Campagnario. Well, he's Italian, and I'm not, so give me a break. Anyway, 80,000 mile delivery mile car. Look at this car with that pearlescent paint. Beautiful. And if you're into these, I don't think you can get much nicer of a spec
I love the
than
F12.
this.
I love the F12, and I thought I would stop liking it as much when the Superfast came out, which, don't get me wrong, I like that, but
No, this is really...
this is definitely going down as a special car.
And you know what?
Even just the regular F12. Doesn't have to be the TDF.
I don't know. I know, but the TDF is going to go down in history as a very, very special.
Oh, I know.
Maybe
I know.
one of the last special cars a Ferrari ever made, because the people that have owned this car and even have driven the 812, right?
Yes. They still
They
gravitate.
love it. This car.
But for people who are semi-normal, you know, this is a very expensive car. A price on a used F12 is not too bad,
I know,
especially with
but
some of the prices we talk about on Porsches. They're pretty reasonable
Yeah,
for
but
a nice F12.
I want the TDF. I want this car.
I agree.
The Tour de France. Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful, man. Beautiful. Yeah, look at that. You get the little luggage. Anyway, beautiful car. You got some sound issues? No, we're good. Let's go on here. That car is available right now. So now a little bit of a change. An 04 Volkswagen Golf R32. Again, a crowd pleaser. This has a major cult following.
Yep.
This car is live, and it is a very, very, very affordable. You know, it's all relative,
Yeah.
but an affordable performance sports car that is becoming more and more and more collectible and coveted for what it is. Naturally aspirated, one of the last naturally aspirated motors available in the R32. Because then after that they went to the turbos, and
the main reason this one's on here is it's a nice stock example, you know, because you do find a lot of these, you know, similar, more so with the Subarus, but, you know, you find a lot of modified, you know, cars that have been, you know, tainted. This is a nice, you know, honest car, and you could drive this one. It has some miles on it, but it's honest, and it's there. It's all there.
Yeah. There you go. Let me move on quickly here so we can get to here you go. I wanted to put this up. I know you laughed at me, but
real estate's expensive. People need a place to live, so here you go.
You need a place to live. It's called an E450 Chinook.
Don't ask me about pronouncing that one.
Chinook. I mean, I don't think I can screw that one up. Chinook. Chin-ook. Or Chinook. Anyway, 4x4 overland, very, very cool if you're into this world of traveling and exploring. It's based on an '05 Ford E450, but my goodness, it was done in 17, and they did some beautiful, beautiful stuff to this. First of all, the look of it is very cool. Very cool. This is something you need.
Yeah, off the grid living is like a big thing now, and it's
Exactly.
peaceful. It's nice.
You have everything in your life. You have all these cars and blah, 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 and then you need to get away and just unplug. And I'm telling you, if this is a way to do it.
That's right. And you can't take a shower and a nap in your GT3. You can in this.
Yeah, you can. You can. Maybe you could actually put a trailer in the back and put your GT3.
You could.
Put your GT3 in a trailer so you can get to where you're going and have a place to chill. And
it's a cool rig.
Play cards and hang out, have a beer, and then go out there and race. Oh, man, I'm already there in my brain. But beautiful, cool thing. Let me just show you the back for a second. Solar panels, so you really don't need
Tesla
anything.
panels, right?
Tesla panels. You don't need to plug in. Okay, this is self-sustaining. Cool stuff.
Yep.
Cool stuff. And cool stuff. Anyway, there you go. You have a bathroom in here. We don't need to show a picture of, but it's there. Anyway, cool vehicle. Check it out. It's also available right now on Pcarmarket. And then finally, I just put the 718 Cayman Gt4. I dig this car. If you're into that black gold look, the Johnny Player look, this is.
We don't like mods, but this car has a few tasteful little things.
Yeah,
just like a Speedster we sold about a year ago that had the guy did inserts, and look at those inserts. It's beautiful. But the reason we wanted to put this on is because there was kind of like a stop sale, right? And there was a lot of a shortage of these, so people need to know this is here. If you want a GT4 today, it's here.
Yeah.
Come get it.
Yes. Here it is available.
The new GT4.
Yeah, the 2021 718
4-liter.
GT4. Yep, the 4-liter. Remember, this is a 4-liter motor. Anyway, sorry to have sped through the last few here, but we have taken a lot of your time, and we want to thank you very much for watching. A couple of quick things. This is my car. You can go to thisismycar.com if you want to go to the website. You can also go to our Instagram page at official This Is My Car, or our Facebook page. You could please check out our auctions right now, pcarmarket.com. Inside the Market is on Pcarmarket Live YouTube channel. The Pcarmarket Live YouTube channel has all of our videos, all of our shows, and we're expanding, and we're going to have new stuff. Please don't get sick of my face. We'll have other people doing some stuff to keep your interest in adding some more content. Jim, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, for coming in early. John, thank you for coming in early and getting this done. We will see you next time on Inside the Market. I'm David Jacobson. That's Jim Barry. Thank you for being part of our world and our community, and we'll see you next episode. Thank you.